contrasting characters in a drama. Before we got out for spring break, we were focusing on text structure and different types of text structure. Can you all recall some of the other text structures that we have learned about besides compare and contrast? And you can unmute your mic. Can you state your name so I know who I'm speaking with, please?
Aisha.
Hey, Aisha, good morning. What's another text structure we learned about?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect, what happened and why it happened. What's another type of text structure we learned about? Anyone else? It doesn't have to be Aisha. State your name. We did compare and contrast, cause and effect. Say again.
Mizan.
Hey, Mizan, good morning. What's another text structure we learned about?
Compare and contrast.
Well, we're doing that one this morning. Besides compare and contrast and cause and effect, what are some of the other ones that we learned about?
Chronology.
Yes, very good. Chronology, or what we sometimes refer to as chronological order or sequence, with clue words like first, next, then. We also talked about problem and solution. Identify the problem in the story and how it is solved. Well, today we're going to focus more intently on compare and contrast characters in a drama. And to help you through that, I've included an anchor chart. This same anchor chart can be found in your files, in your team section for our class. And let's take a minute and look at some of the character traits. These are words that we use to describe a character. And I really like this chart because it talks about some of the more positive or good traits associated with a person, and then negative traits as well, right? And when we think about character traits, we have to have evidence to support that. So we think about what the character does. Those are the actions, what they think, the things that they don't say to you out loud, but the thoughts that are in their head, and their motives, like what is their intention behind it. So look at some of these positive traits, and then as well as some of these negative. And I'm sure you guys have heard some of these character trait terms before. We have active, admirable, brave, calm, cheerful, courageous, confident, curious, and enthusiastic. These are all positive traits. And then we have arrogant, bossy, cowardly, dangerous, fearful, foolish, hateful, moody, and negative. And I just want to take a minute and look at words like fearful and hateful. Who knows, what do we call those type of words? I'm looking at the ending part on that word. This just made me just, oh, okay. Fearful and hateful are examples of what type of, say again?
Khadija, suffix words?
Suffixes, yes, right. Fearful, full of fear. Hateful, full of hate, okay? Now, why do we have character traits? They help us to understand character's behavior. So I want you to take a quick moment to look at this chart, and then I'm going to ask you all to kind of jump in and engage in this discussion with me. And you can use any of these character trait words here, or you guys can use some other words as well. So let's look at my next slide and take a minute and think about the question that you see posed in front of you. What character trait would you use to describe your best friend? So I'm going to open this text box, and I want you all to take a minute to tell me, what would you think would be some character trait words you would use to describe your best friend? I'll give you one. I'll start with myself first, and then I need for you guys to kind of jump in and give me your thoughts. When I think about my best friend Malika back home, I would say that she is trustworthy. She's a trustworthy person. Whenever, and I'm very honest, whenever I have any kind of issue, Malika's always there for me. She's somebody that I can depend on. whether in good times or bad. So my BFF, I would describe her, a character trait word I would use to describe her would be trustworthy. So think about your best friend. What would be a good character trait word you would use to describe your best friend? And you can type it in the chat box, in your chat box on the side, but I do want you all to kind of tell me those words as well. So we have a few people on the line. Anybody want to take a go of it? Okay. Mizan, are you there? Mizan? Okay, Mizan, let's use you. And if it's hard to think of a best friend, you can use your parent, anybody that you know. What would be a character trait you would use to describe that person?
Maybe enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Now, who would you use to describe that word enthusiastic?
My mom.
Your mom? Okay, why would you say that she's enthusiastic? What evidence would you say supports, oh man, I have an enthusiastic mom. She has a lot of enthusiasm.
Because she makes me laugh a lot, and because she's not negative.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you should tell her that if she doesn't already know. That's a great word to describe your mom. Okay, good job, Mizan. Anybody else want to give me character traits they would use to describe either their best friend? It could be a parent, a neighbor. We got a few. Werner, you want to give a go of it? Now remember, part of the lesson, you guys got to be able to participate, and if it's unclear to you, you have to let me know so we can discuss it, but I do need your active participation in class.
I'd say my best friend is athletic.
Athletic? Okay, why would you say that your best friend is athletic?
Because he likes to play sports.
What are some of the sports that he likes to play?
Football, basketball, soccer.
Okay, good job. I misspelled that. All right. Anybody have any questions regarding character traits? Okay, so we're going to go on to the next slide, which is here. Now, if some of you all were participated in the very first day that we attempted to do live session, some of this is going to look familiar to you. What it is that we're going to do, and I'm going to try to move this up. Give me 1 minute. Trying to move this slide up so you all can see my whole page. Great. Okay, so we're going to focus on these two characters that are in this story and in what ways they are alike and different. And you can disregard where I have yes, yes, yes. I just wanted to make sure I put my I was able to put a text box here, but we're going to pay attention to what's happening in this scene. We're going to look at the dialogue, and the dialogue are the words that each of the characters are speaking. We're going to look closely at that. Look at what they're doing and what is being said. So you have this part here, have a little girl here, and you have a little boy here, and this person here is probably their teacher. Partners, I want you to work together to identify a topic for your science project. The little girl says, I think we should research penguins. What do you think? Look closely at him. He says, I'm tired of doing work. Now, based upon what you see, some of this information is pre-filled in. The girl, they describe her as confident and organized, right? And in comparison, they describe the boy as unsure and disorganized. So let's look at the little girl. Why do you think that they describe her as confident and organized? And when we do that, we can focus on things that she's either saying or doing that supports that. What do you all notice within this picture here that would make you think, she's a pretty confident student? Remember what the teacher's asking them to do? They want them to focus on the science project. And the little girl says, I think we should research penguins. What do you think? Does she seem like she's unsure about what to do, guys?
No.
Okay, how do we know that? What clues let you know that she is confident? Somebody that's confident is the opposite. They are sure of themselves. They believe in what they're doing or what they are about to do. How do we know that she feels that way?
Paradise.
Hey, Paradise, go ahead.
She already knows what she wants to do next. And
okay, how do we know that? That's great that you saw that. How do we know that we can tell she already knows what she wants to do?
She thinks she should go and do research penguins.
Okay, when she states in the dialogue, let's research penguins, okay? That suggests that. Good job, Paradise. Anybody else? How else do we know that what about her being organized? How do we know that she's organized, guys?
Sienna.
Hey, Cece, how do we know? How can we tell that she's an organized student?
We could tell that she's an organized student because in like the little picture, she have like paper on her desk. So
now, how are those papers on her desk? And how are those
organized.
Papers?
They're organized.
Give me another word besides organized.
Tidy. Tidy, maybe?
Yeah, tidy or neat, right? She doesn't have, you know how we're in class and some people have stuff all over the place. Does her desk look like she has things all over the place? So it's like a neat stack. Okay. Now look at the boy, right? You guys did a great job here. It says the boy, he's unsure and he's disorganized. And you know what? Sometimes when we look at character traits, we don't always look at not just necessarily what they say, but look at their facial expression. Like, what could you tell to show that he's really unsure of himself or even what to do for this science project? How do we know that? So anybody can jump in. How do we know that? Does he have the same facial expression that she does? Look at how his eyes are. Maybe I'll help. Yeah, with this one, he seems, I would say he seems less confident. Look at her. She even almost has a smile on his face. But you know what it made me think about? Sometimes when you're in class and you don't really know what to do and you're like, oh, please don't let her call me. Please don't let her call me. He's kind of making that face right there. So his facial expression indicates that he's not really sure. Is he even looking at his partner? No, so he's looking away. So that look away move that he's giving, that suggests that he's unsure. Now, although you can't see the bottom part of this picture, what would indicate that he's disorganized? How would you all be able to tell that, ooh, he's disorganized compared to the little girl? How could you tell that?
Khadija?
Yeah.
Because he might have his stuff all over the place.
Yeah, papers shuffled all over the place. That's exactly what his desk would look like. Now, you guys did an excellent job of helping me distinguish between the characteristics of the girl and the boy, but there are some things that they do have in common. So what's the same about both of these people in this sketch? Look at it again. The teacher is speaking to them. Do they have anything that they have to do that's in common? Is there a task that was given to them that's in common?
Amaya?
Hey, Amaya.